Hi, I'm Porna, your organic chemistry tutor, and I'm a graduate student at the University of Pennsylvania. I have taught organic chemistry numerous times and I have tutored many students, and in this video, based on my experience, I'm going to share 7 tips with you to help you succeed in your organic chemistry course. Now, I hope that you're watching this video early on in the semester before the proverbial waste matter hits the fan. But regardless of that, I think this video is going to have some helpful information for you. So stay tuned. Number 1. You want to make sure that you have a good handle on your general chemistry material, in particular bonding, hybridization, and acid-base chemistry. In my experience, a lot of the times when people have a hard time understanding a concept in organic chemistry, that's because they're not that strong in their gen chem material. There is going to be some introductory chapters in your organic chemistry textbooks that are going to briefly touch on these topics, but I highly suggest that you go back and review your gen chem material and make sure that you're really solid on these things: bonding, hybridization, and acid-base chemistry. Number 2. Be prepared to spend a lot of time on organic chemistry. Not to scare you, not that this is a super hard topic or anything, but for reference, I personally spend upwards of 120 hours on both my Organic Chemistry 1 and Organic Chemistry 2 course outside of the lecture, which amounts to about 8 to 10 hours per week of doing practice problems and studying. Now, I'm not saying you should do what I did, but just be prepared to spend a lot of time on this course. This is necessary for you to succeed in your course. Number 3, most of your time should be spent doing practice problems. As a rule of thumb, I usually tell people to spend 1/3 of their time reviewing lecture material, reading through the textbook and so on and so forth, and spending 2/3 of their time doing practice problems. And when doing practice problems, it's very important that you write down what you're doing, proceed until you get to the right answer, and if you can't figure out the answer right away, give yourself ample time to work through the problem before you look up the answer. I suggest that you at least give each problem 15 to 20 minutes before you look up the answer. Doing fewer problems thoroughly is more effective than doing more problems sloppily. Number 4, you should keep up with the pace of the course. Now, what do I mean by that? Learning organic chemistry is like learning a new language, meaning that it takes some getting used to. So it's very important that you don't let things accumulate for your tests. It's very important that you keep up with the course, that you do your homeworks and assignments regularly, that you do practice problems regularly. In other words, 50 hours spent on the week of the test is much less effective than 50 hours spent 10 hours per week for 5 weeks. Number 5, use models. Models are extremely important. Some people are inherently more talented than others in imagining things in 3D. Some people are not, and that's totally fine. I really suggest that you have a molecular model kit so you can build the molecules you're trying to do problems on and you're trying to imagine, and that helps a lot in developing a good understanding of the structures. I highly recommend that. Unfortunately, I do not have a particular brand of model kit that I recommend. All of them are good, just get something you're comfortable with. Most of the organic chemistry courses have a recommended model. Sometimes you can borrow them from the library, sometimes you can get them from your roommate or your friend that has taken the course beforehand and no longer needs the model kit. Regardless of that, make sure that you get a model kit. Number 6, make a little cheat sheet of reactions. What do I mean by that? Halfway through Organic Chemistry 1, you're going to start learning a lot of reactions, and that's usually where for a lot of people their grades drop and they start having trouble with the course because there's so many reactions and you're just having trouble keeping track of them and remembering all the conditions and all the starting materials and the products and so on and so forth. As soon as you start learning reactions, I highly recommend that you start compiling a cheat sheet of reactions, keeping track of these things for each reaction: the starting material that does the reaction, the conditions for the reaction, the kind of product that is formed, including its regiochemistry and stereochemistry. If you're not familiar with these terms, that's fine. You're going to learn them throughout the course and you can come back and watch this video. Number 7, get a handle on your anxiety. Now, I understand that having a little bit of anxiety for a test is kind of normal, but if you're doing significantly better in your homeworks than your test, or you're doing significantly better when doing problems at home than on a test, that's a sign that your test anxiety is probably affecting your performance. Now, if it's too bad, consider seeing a specialist. Alright guys, here are 7 tips and tricks to help you do better in your organic chemistry test. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button. Also subscribe to this channel for more tutorials, tips and tricks, and a ton of solved problems. Finally, don't forget to check out my website at eurochemtutor.com. Until next time.